Could you be a narcissist? Now, before you jump to conclusions, let's take a step back. Narcissism isn't just about being confident or liking yourself. In fact, a little self-love is totally normal, even healthy. But there's a line. When that confidence crosses over into something more harmful, like a constant need for attention, no empathy for others, or an obsession with feeling superior, that's when we start getting into narcissistic territory. But how do you really know if you've got some narcissistic traits? Well, that's what we're going to explore today. And hey, this isn't about judging or labeling anyone. It's about awareness, understanding yourself better, and making sure you're not falling into patterns that could hurt you or the people around you. So let's break it down. 1. Do you always feel like you deserve special treatment? One of the biggest signs of narcissism is feeling like the rules don't really apply to you. Maybe you've caught yourself thinking, why should I wait in line? I deserve to skip ahead. Or maybe it's when things don't go your way, and your first reaction is anger because you believe you're being treated unfairly. Narcissists tend to have a sense of entitlement, meaning they feel like they deserve special treatment just because of who they are. It's not just about wanting something, it's about feeling like you deserve it more than others. Ask yourself, do I expect people to bend over backward for me? Do I feel frustrated or upset when I don't get special attention? If the answer is yes, that might be a sign to think about. 2. Do you struggle to empathize with others? Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to understand and feel what they're going through. But here's the thing with narcissism, it tends to block that ability. When someone is too focused on themselves, they don't leave much room to care about other people's feelings. If you often find yourself thinking, why is this person so upset? It's not a big deal. Or if you struggle to understand why people react emotionally, this could be a sign of a lack of empathy. A lot of times, narcissists can fake empathy when they need to. They might say all the right things, but deep down, they just don't feel it. So, take a moment to think about your recent interactions. When someone close to you was hurting, did you genuinely care, or were you just going through the motions? 3. Are you obsessed with how others see you? Now, most people care about their reputation or how they come across to others. That's totally normal. But narcissists tend to take it to an extreme level. They are obsessed with their image. Whether it's on social media, at work, or even in their personal relationships, they want everyone to think they're the best, the smartest, the most successful. If you find yourself constantly worried about what others think of you, like if a small criticism sends you spiraling, or if you're always trying to make yourself look better than everyone else, that's a red flag. For example, do you find yourself constantly comparing your achievements to others? Do you feel threatened when someone else gets praised? Narcissists thrive on admiration. They want to be seen as the best, and anything less can feel like an attack on their ego. 4. Do you always need to be the center of attention? Here's another big one. Narcissists love being the center of attention. They're not comfortable blending in or sitting quietly while someone else gets the spotlight. They need to be noticed, praised, and admired. So, ask yourself, do you feel uncomfortable when someone else is getting attention? Do you feel the need to make the conversation about you, even when it starts out being about something or someone else? This doesn't mean you're a narcissist just because you enjoy being in the spotlight once in a while. But if you always need the attention and you get upset or annoyed when someone else gets it, that might be something to look at. 5. Do you use others for your own benefit? Another key trait of narcissism is seeing relationships as a means to an end. Narcissists often view people as tools to help them get what they want, rather than valuing them as individuals. For example, do you only reach out to certain friends when you need something from them? Or maybe you find yourself manipulating situations to make sure you get the upper hand. Narcissists are experts at charming people, but it's often for selfish reasons. They know how to win people over, but it's usually because they want something in return, whether it's attention, status, or favors. So think about your relationships. Do you genuinely care about the people in your life, or do you mostly focus on what they can do for you? 6. Do you struggle to handle criticism? Nobody loves criticism, but most people can take it and move on. Narcissists, on the other hand, can't handle it at all. Even the smallest bit of feedback can feel like a personal attack, and they'll often react with anger or defensiveness. If you find yourself getting overly upset when someone offers even the slightest criticism, that's a sign. Do you lash out when someone points out a mistake you made? Do you immediately get defensive or try to shift the blame to someone else? Narcissists often refuse to admit they're wrong because it threatens their inflated self-image. 7. Do you feel insecure deep down? Now, here's the part that often surprises people. Deep down, narcissists usually aren't as confident as they seem. In fact, a lot of their narcissistic behavior comes from a place of insecurity. They build up this huge ego to protect themselves from feeling weak or vulnerable. If you catch yourself feeling insecure but covering it up by acting superior, that might be a sign. Do you constantly need validation from others to feel good about yourself? Do you put others down to make yourself feel better? Narcissists often hide their deep-rooted insecurities behind a mask of arrogance and confidence. 8. Do you have trouble maintaining long-term relationships? Finally, one of the biggest indicators of narcissism is difficulty in maintaining close, healthy relationships. Because narcissists tend to use people, lack empathy, and need constant admiration, their relationships can be shallow and one-sided. Think about your friendships, romantic relationships, or even family connections. Do you find that people often pull away from you? Do your relationships tend to start out great but then fall apart over time? If your relationships are constantly filled with drama, manipulation, or arguments, it could be a sign that something deeper is going on. Wrapping it up. So there you have it, 8 questions to help you figure out if you might have some narcissistic tendencies. And listen, this isn't about labeling yourself or feeling bad. We all have moments where we can be selfish, where we want attention, or where we struggle to empathize. Key is being aware of it and working to change those patterns if they're causing harm to yourself or others. If some of these traits resonated with you, it doesn't mean you're a full-blown narcissist. But it might be worth taking a closer look at how you interact with others and why. Understanding yourself better is the first step toward building healthier relationships and being more mindful of your impact on the people around you. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.